Yes. Alrighty. What's up, everybody? It is I, your Tribal God of Extreme Peter Joseph here, for a hot and steamy Sunday afternoon video. Right here. Once again, on the main channel, Killer of Demons 6-6. Still fucking hot. 9. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video and hit the subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. You can subscribe to those channels as well. You can watch my videos from the past, now, and in the future. You can leave comments if you want, but don't leave stupid comments. You will get slapped in the face, sent to the Shadow Realm, and Ozzy and Satan will come out, slap you some more, and then eat your soul. So don't do it. Don't be a Ray. Just be can't be yourself, then get out of here. Go to your dead channel. Nobody cares about you or your videos or your posts or whatever. Nobody cares. But you want to act stupid, you're going to get treated as such. So don't do it. But if you're real and normal and you like wrestling and music and all that other good shit, then you can do that. But if you're going to be a dick, we're going to treat you like one. And that's pretty much it. Don't forget to share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you miss anything, you're going to get slapped like a little bitch. Because you're SOL, you know what that means. If you don't know what it means, you might get slapped even more. I think we all should know what SOL means for the last 17 plus years almost. I mean, come on. Come on! What am I missing? Shit. But that's pretty much it. So if you don't know what SOL means, look it up. In fact, look it up. That's what I meant to say. You fucking idiots. That's all I gotta say about that. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Grab yourself a nice, big, tasty, cold one. On this hot day, you'd think we might need a few. Not those, but, grab a few water, some Gatorade. Or grab yourself some cherry Pepsi. Or regular Pepsi, whatever you got. Put your feet up and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, too bad. And that's that. Cry me a river, bitches. And that's pretty much it. Alright. Enough about the dilly-dally. Ladies and gentlemen, it is another hot day. 85 degrees. We got a little bit of rain earlier, a couple hours ago. Just rain. That was it. Sun came right back out. So, a little bit of a sun shower. We didn't see, actually, as far as I didn't see a rainbow. Okay, I didn't see a rainbow. Okay, you idiot, shut up. Okay. Yeah, I like Rainbow Bright. Who cares? Because it's my childhood. But, yeah, we didn't see a rainbow. I saw a triple rainbow once. That's epic. Rare you see a triple rainbow. Double rainbows are pretty common, but triple rainbows? You see one of those, you're gonna have some good luck, maybe. But some of you should not have any luck at all. But I digress on that. But another hot day here. We're getting closer to summer. 2 weeks away from today. 2 weeks from today, the official start of summer. We're pretty much under a month to go. So 4th of July weekend, almost, which is pretty much like the midpoint of summer, really, but it's not, but whatever. But, yeah, 4th of July weekend is fast approaching, ladies and gentlemen, so the summer will be here and then gone. So if you blink, you'll miss it. It's like Ferris Bueller always says, life moves pretty fast. You don't stop to think of, sit around and think about it so much, you might miss it. People say I look like Matthew Broderick, the young version, or the old version. I can see it. I can see, myself, Matthew Broderick. Put us side by side. This is a good comparison. Somebody said I look like one of the Beastie Boys. I'm like, okay, which one? And I went to school with them, by the way. They were there before I got there, though. But, well, they graduated when I was there. Well, I didn't see them when I was there, but they graduated the year I got in there, basically. Sucks. Marissa Tomei actually went to my high school, too. But I didn't see her either, so. Yeah, I went to high school with some famous people. Even college, too. Joe Gertner, anyone? Just saying. A lot of people went to Brooklyn College that I know. So, but I actually went, Joe Gertner and me, we're in the same class. That's pretty damn cool. For a guy, a legendary ECW ring announcer and ECW personality / manager. That's pretty damn nice. They get many free ECW ticks, but it is what it is. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this hot and steamy Sunday, hope you're having a great day, and if not, well, that's too bad for you. I'm having a pretty good day. I had a pretty good weekend. I'm happy. I'm going to have a good second week of June coming up. But we have that. Alright, nice breeze coming in from my window. I love it. It is, because it is hot outside. And, yeah, pretty much it. But, ladies and gentlemen, on this Sunday, if you're going to the beach, have fun, be safe. We're going to put on some suntan for some of you that need a tan. I don't need a tan. I look good with or without a tan. But I digress. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to be going out. Speaking to the beach, I'm going to go out to the beach in a little bit. Gonna have some fun. Then come back. Just chill. It was a chill Sunday. So on your Sunday afternoon, June the 7th, 2026, it is time for your late and out-of-date TNA and Ring of Honor reviews. Alright, for this past Thursday night, June the 4th, 2026. Alright, as always, we saw it with the sort of better show, which is TNA Impact Wrestling. Yep. Alright, we're getting closer and closer. We are pretty much 3 weeks away from Slammiversary, the 24th year anniversary. Next year will be 25. Can't believe TNA's been around for almost 25 freaking years. Same thing with Ring of Honor. The little engines that could, they're still chugging. Alright, so we're kind of formulating some matches for Slammiversary. You already know Mike Santana's defending the TNA World title against Grandpa Eric Young. All the titles will be on the line. We know the X Division title, Cedric Alexander is going to take on Leon Slater and a couple other people. We don't know who they are yet. But that's Ultimate X, the return. That's going to be epic. Mustafa Ali, well, he's got his challenger for the Intercontinental title. That's my good friend Casey Navarro. Tag titles will be on the line. I don't know who the system will face. We don't know yet. Xia Li versus Xia Brookside for the Knockouts title. And am I missing a title? I think I might be missing a title, but yeah, the women's tag team titles on the line. We all know that. The Elegance brand of Heather and M taking on, guess who? The Prophecy / the Undead Realm of Rosemary and Allie the Bunny. Guess who wins that? You say the Elegance brand, I'm gonna come to your house and severely slap you. Believe in the Prophecy. Just want to point that out. So, lots of things going on. Let's get into the show, which wasn't that bad. We had the first ever Wicked Garden match, sponsored by Stone Temple Pilots, between the Righteous, you dig what I'm saying? Against the Broken Hardys, yes! So we got that. That's the main event. But we move on. Alright, so we are emanating once again from the Sacramento Memorial Auditorium in Sacktown, Sacramento, California. They did their Denver tapings. I think we're going to see that this week, or I don't know when. Maybe the week before, maybe week after. Don't know when the next live TNA show is. We haven't heard anything about that, but we're going to keep on with the tapings and stuff. Excuse me. Alright, so as always, our commentary team of Tom Phillips and the man who loves Rusev Day, and that's Matthew Waywall, eating English, on the commentary table. Alright, so we start off with the opening recap, and our first match out of the gate, well, Eddie Edwards, of the system, with the rest of the system with him, Brian Myers, Mophead, Bear Bronson, Cedric Alexander, and of course, Eddie's hot wife, Alicia Edwards. Do you want to know something? Not really, but okay. What panties you wearing? What color? I want to know. Anyway, so Eddie Edwards takes on, well, that fake YouTuber himself, Brandon the Entertainer, BDE. And he doesn't have big dick energy. I do, but he don't. Some of you people don't. I know that. I know because you don't have no balls. Some of you. But I digress. Anyway. Alright, this is a under 5-minute match. So it starts out with BDE. Fast and Furious with a springboard cross body. Eddie's sent to the outside. And BDE hits a flippy doo-ba-da-doo. To get back in, Eddie Edwards catches Brandon on top for a really scary top rope bell to back rope superplex. It was nasty. The sound it made, it was like, oh, jeez. Thankfully, both men were not hurt. Anyway, Brandon gets right back up, hits a reverse DDT into a code breaker. Inventive. And then Alicia Edwards gets on the apron, tells the referee, do you want to know something? Referee's like, not really. But Brandon's right back with a springboard stunner, back out a stunner for a near fall. And then the rest of the system with their own distractions. And then Brandon goes for an Eddie Guerrero frog splash. Well, you're not Eddie, Brandon, as Eddie got his knees up. At least he tried, but he's not me. Okay, I know. We know Eddie. You know, you're the king of the frog splash. I know because I'm Eddie Guerrero. Okay, calm down. Anyway. Alright, moving on with that. Then Eddie hits the Boston Knee Party. 1, 2, 3. He gets the win in under 5 minutes. That was it. Match was alright. 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, well, big old beat down by the system, and then Fabian Aichner, Giovanni Vinci, he comes out for the save, but then he gets beaten down by the system. They're beating everybody up. And then the former X-Division champion, Leon Slater, comes out of nowhere for the actual save. And then we get a whole bunch of... he hit that wicked Javon Evans-like bouncy running flippy-dippity-doo over the ring post on everybody, which is epic. So, I think we get a 6-man tag team match coming out of that. Then again, who knows? I mean, Teddy Long ain't there, so we don't have a tag team match player. And nobody's gonna go one-on-one with The Undertaker! The GOAT of all GOATs of the modern era. When we move on. Alright, so we got that. Alright, then we get a video for the Wicked Garden match between the Righteous and the Broken Hardys. So we it kind of felt like we were going into the Hardy compound, because they were in some type of field. So it had to be somewhere in North Carolina. You know, Cameron, North Carolina, where the Hardy compound is. Maybe it was. I thought it was going to be somewhere in, like, the actual Hardy compound, like the field or something like that. No, I was wrong. It's in the ring. The weird fucking construction that was. I'm like, what the hell is this? Alright, we'll talk about that in a minute. Alright, after that, Flop Dollar, AJ, well, I shouldn't even say Flop Dollar anymore, AJ Francis, who, well, me and him were kind of cool on Twitter now. You're not following me yet, you should be, but, you know, I mentioned him on Twitter, and he, you know, next thing I know, I get not one, but 2 notifications that freaking AJ Francis liked my tweet. And you say, oh, Peter, you don't get anybody to retweet you, or like your tweet, or follow you. It's the actual account. If you want me to show it, I'll show it. I don't give a shit. Hey, I showed Rosemary. Rosemary liked my tweet, and she's the co-founder of The Prophecy. I showed that. I have that video, so you think I don't have receipts? I do. So, you don't. You claim you do. It's old fabricated bullshit and basically misinformation. Dumb fuck. But that's pretty much it. Anyway, so yeah, so AJ Francis, my good buddy now, he's a friend of the channel. So AJ comes out, he comes out, does his usual introduction. I'm here for the money, money, money. Can you give me some? No, I'm kidding. Anyway, brags about getting rid of the man that goes all night long, all night. Rich Swann, we haven't seen him in a few weeks. Then he brags about his musical abilities, and then he says he has a new song called Walk. Not that one, not Pantera. I wish, but basically it's a dub over of not dubstep, I'm saying, but a rap song called Walk. Fans didn't really like it. Not to say anything bad, but the beat was kind of, weird. I was like, and the rap was like, you could do a lot better than AJ. I'm just saying. But, he said walk, I'm like, wait a minute, Pantera? I'm waiting for, like Zach Wilde and company to come out. Like, free! Spit! Walk! What do you say? Phil and Samuel coming out. We're taking over this town. Now, just this regular song called Walk. Didn't get any fan reaction. And then Elijah comes out. Who wants to walk with Elijah? He comes out, but AJ says that you're stealing my intellectual property. And then he files a freaking cease and desist order saying, I own you now. What? So AJ puts his face on Elijah's guitar. I was like, okay. Then, like I said, he takes out a cease and desist order on him. And since Elijah doesn't want to collaborate with him, AJ purges his name, his image, his likeness for Elijah, Elias, and Ezekiel. What? So Elijah's like, well, I'm going to load up a song called No Skill Uncle Phil. Wow. And he's gonna load it up anyway, and then he turns his back on AJ, who just basically lays him out. That was it. So I hate this feud. I mean, we just saw freaking Elijah and Mustafa Ali go at it. That weird guitar strap match where the strap broke. I'm like, how are you supposed to win with a broken strap? And he won the match anyway. I'm like, okay, dude, you won. The strap broke and it's dangling by threads. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Anyway, we move on. All right, so we'll see what happens with Elijah and AJ Francis. Probably be some type of weird stipulation at Slammiversary. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, so I get a 2.25 out of 5, so it was just one of those segments I gotta just get it done. We move on. Alright, then Indy Hartwell and Santino Maletta, you son of my gun. They're warming up for their mixed tag team match against Santino's daughter, Ariana Grace, and her hubby, Dax Mahomes. So, Cruella DeVille, or Sonya Deville, because I'm not saying her given name, Daria Ray, but we all know her as Sonya Deville. She comes in and interrupts, makes it clear that she had nothing to do with Indy getting a new contract. Well, obviously not. Obviously. So we get that. Alright, 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Then we get a video for Cora Jade, Atlanta Black. She brags about winning the Champions Challenge last week. I forget who she pinned. Oh, she pinned Xia Li, right? I think she pinned Xia Li. And she's ready to win the Knockouts title because she's that good. I would say, well, my copy says awesome. He's not coming in. Anyway, what? What, Mike? Why? I just wanted to say hello. Oh, good, because I said awesome. I thought you were going to come out and say something. No, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn. Anyway, how you doing, Mr. Joseph? I'm doing pretty damn good there, Mike. How you doing? I'm doing good. We're having a pool party. You want to come? Nah, I'm going out myself anyway to the beach. Oh, you have fun with Mrs. Joseph. How's she doing, by the way? She's doing pretty good, too. Well, tell her I said hello. Okay. You want to say goodbye to your fans? Go back to the pool. Okay, say goodbye. Bye! Okay. No cannonballs. I could do it anyway. Hey, don't splash on Jerome. Motherfucker. Jerome. We all know Jerome. If you don't know who Jerome is, you haven't watched ECW lately. Well, ever. I think we all know the crazy man that Jerome is. But anyway. Alright, so we got that. So see what happens with Corey Jade and possibly getting a Knockouts title shot pretty soon. 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Then we get to Indy and Santino Marella taking on Stax and Ariana Grace. Mixed tag team match with mixed tag team rules, obviously. Well, we have the king of TNA, Frankie Kazarian, on commentary for I don't know what reason. So it was a pretty good match. Well, not good, but decent. We got a 1905 sleeper hold, pulls Stax down, gets right back up with a basement lariato. We got a break, come right back. Stax mocks the trombone pose, gets backdropped out to the apron, and that's enough for Indy to come in legally, because she tried to come in legally, and the referee's like, no. She hits a spine buster on Ariana Grace, goes to the cover, Stax makes the save, then a fisherman's neck breaker gives Ariana Grace a near fall, and then she runs Indy over, puts on a 1902 chin lock, so slow down the pace a little bit. Indy fights her way up for a clothesline for a double down. Then the hot tag to Santino Marella comes in and beats the crap out of his son-in-law. But Ariana Grace, he goes with a Cobra! But Ariana Grace like, nope, she loads it up herself. And then she hits Stax. Oops, by mistake. Oh, you ain't getting any. I'll tell you that much. And that allows Indy to pull out her own Cobra. That sounds weird. And then her and Santino hit stereo Cobras. 1, 2, 3. So Indy and Santino get the win in under 12.5 minutes. Was it a good match? Not really. 2.25 out of 5 stars for that one. We move on. Alright, there we see the Elegance brand in their locker room. They're talking and stuff. Blah, blah, blah. They're talking about the Undead Realm. They're talking about prophecy. Mr. Elegance is taking on Xia Li. Probably one of the worst matches I've ever seen in TNA since Shomel and that. You know that match I'm talking about. You know the match. There was Shomel and I forget who. That was bad. You thought that was bad? Anyway, so they're talking, and then the lights start flickering, and then they go to black, and then they're like, ah! They're screaming, and next thing you know, we see the prophecy in the fucking locker room. You know, Rosemary, Allie, and Mara Sade. They're there, and then, you know, Rosemary's like, hee. You know, they're talking amongst themselves, and Mara Sade's like, yeah, I like it here. Alright, thanks for coming. Glad that you're in the prophecy. There, Mara Sade, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. So yeah, so the prophecy once again, making the Elegance brand cry like little pussies. They're wreaking havoc like we always do, and that's that. Alright, after that, I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we get EY, Grandpa Eric Young. He's in the ring, talks about how TNA is sick and it has to be fixed. Oh yeah, he talks about the cleanse again. It's almost a year there, Eric. Almost a year we've been talking about the cleanse. When's it gonna end? I don't know. What is it? I don't know. So anyway, says he fixed everything. Joe Hendry, gone. Ricky Sosa, gone. EC3, pretty much gone. Now it's time to win the world title once again. And he says that Mike Santana is sick and addicted to the fans' applause, so he's gonna beat Mike Santana due to being better than all that. And then the TNA World Champion, Mike Santana, he comes out to the crowd, calls EY a bit less than relevant. It's pretty much irrelevant. EY then talks about how he's been here the longest than anyone on the roster, and he's the one constant. That's not how constants work there, EY. Anyway, so Mike Santana says, people like you are the ones really poisoning TNA, but EY calls him the shiny new toy around here. Really now. Santana's been there before, so I don't want to say he's a new shiny toy there, Eric. Anyway, he says the people will turn on him as well, but Santana, he's like, I'm sick of this, sick of you, so let's just do the title match right here, right now. So, they're arguing, and then EY with a low blow, pussy, gives him a power driver. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna break his neck. And that's pretty much it. So, we find out next week we get that title match. Not at Slammiversary unless they're gonna do a rematch. And Mike Santana's contract's ending pretty soon. He's pretty much on his way to NXT. Or maybe the main roster. I think he's going to NXT. He's been there before. So, I assume he's going right to the NXT roster. Yeah, we could see him by August. Or maybe at the Great American Bash. Because that's in July, I believe. No, take that back. It's not in July. But we could see Mike Santana by July or August. Because he doesn't have, TNA doesn't have those 30, 60, 90-day clauses. You can't compete for 90 days. You just go. Speaking of that, Steve Maclin got officially released now. So he gone from TNA, so he got fired and released in the span of a couple months. Now, most likely he's going to AEW because his hot wife, Deonna Purrazzo's there. So, kind of makes sense that he goes to AEW. Because if he goes to the WWE, I'm telling you right now, Hunter's going to fuck him up. He's going to mess him up so bad. Probably put him in NXT, you do okay, and then forgotten. He'll be forgotten in NXT. He should just go to AEW, be with his hot wife. They run a wrestling promotion. They just had an event, I think over this weekend, or I think it was this weekend or last weekend, but it went pretty well. And yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. But I think Steve Maclin should go to AEW at this point. What they do with him, don't know. I just hope they don't make him like Wardlow, or Brian Cage. Big guy, all strong and everything, built like a truck. And then, you push him a little bit, and then push him up pretty much off to the side. Like, we don't need you for now. We'll pay you, but we don't need you. They did that to Brian Cage, and, it took freaking Melissa Santos to tell Tony Khan, hey, what are you doing with my husband? He's not wrestling. He's gotta make some money. I got 2 kids here. Monkey fucking Brian Cage. Ugh! Should be my chick, but it's not so all the time. So that happened, and then Wardlow, we all know he got a big push in the Pinnacle with MJF, had a decent feud with him. Then he got hurt, had a mediocre feud with I think Joe. That was mediocre. I didn't even like that feud that much. And then, he gets hurt again, and we're like, when is Wardlow coming back? And he came back, had like, he comes back, Tony Khan puts him in a whole bunch of Lance Archer-like freaking squash matches, and then we haven't seen him in God knows how long again. Because, he went away to do American Gladiators, which, not good, Al. Not good. I seen a couple episodes, I'm like, nope. I mean, yeah, Camille, Rick House was on the show, and Rick Boogs was on it too. I'm like, then the other gladiators are like, who? And then you had The Miz as the host, which is just, I was like, can't we just, Rick, Mike Adamle isn't doing anything. I mean, what is he doing? Where's Mike Adamle? I mean, we can have an Adamle original on American Gladiators. Let him run the whole fucking thing. I got an idea. Like, what is it? An Adamle original. We're gonna mix Atmosphere with the wall. That'd be fun. Have the atmosphere go up the fucking wall and then boom down to its doom. And people are like, ah! They're getting hurt in the freaking atmosphere. That's happened on the actual American Gladiators. I've seen it too. It was just weird. They're going fast in the atmosphere, and the gladiators are coming like straight at them. Next thing you know, boom, and the guy goes, whoa! They'll go flying up in the air, and then like down in the atmosphere. I'm like, ow! Holy shit! It was violent. Some of those episodes. I mean, Powerball. Powerball. What am I talking about? Powerball. I mean, they were getting hit. I mean, this felt like freaking the NFL. I'm like, holy shit, they were getting beat up. I felt bad for the contenders, not the gladiators so much, but the contenders. Even in Divide and Conquer. Oh, we know the one. We know that one. That episode where Blaze went for the head. And then the contender was like, fuck you, Blaze. And they almost had a cat fight. And then the referee's like, whoa. And I even think before that, in Divide, she'd go, I think it was Ice. I think it was Ice. She took down the contender. I thought it was a normal tackle, and the contender's like, it showed Ice, and Ice was like, what the fuck? She was mad. The contender was pissed. She goes to conquer, and then next thing you know, like, rah! Like, felt like a freaking cat fight. Blaze is going for the head, and then the contender won the match by, well, she got out of the ring. She won 10 points, I think, or 5 points. And then, you know, Blaze is basically on top of her, like, ready to beat the fuck out of her, and the freaking referee is like, had to stop it. And then even, this is the early version of American Gladiators. Gemini had, and I think Nitro had to come in like, whoa! Chill! You know, I seen the early days of American Gladiators. They were fighting with the contenders. Some of them, or some of the contenders were angry with the Gladiators. I think it was Thunder. Thunder got into an altercation. I think Nitro did. Gemini, I think, and this is mostly for Powerball. I think. Hey, if you can't take a fucking hit, don't even be on the show. I mean, there was some episodes I'm like, holy crap. Contenders got mad at each other sometimes, and then at the gladiators. I think I saw one where somebody threw, I think it was an assault, they got hit with the ball like boinked off of them. So the contender just like takes the ball, throws it at the gladiator. I'm like, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? I would have just took the fucking gun, boom. Took the tennis ball gun, started going annihilating. Like, well, you ain't gonna do that shit to me. Granted, I'm not beefy like gladiators, but I mean, if that was me, I'm like, what's wrong with you, bum? 110 miles an hour with your face. Shit. I mean, they came out like, boom. One guy got hit in the face at one point. And he was, I think it was a woman, a man or a woman. He got hit in the face. Like, oh, shit. And I think it was Larry Zonka and Mike Adamle. Like, oh, that's gonna hurt. And then they show on the ground. She had a big welt on her on their face. And Mike Adamle goes, oh, that's gonna leave a mark. Yes, you think? Anyway, but yeah, I feel like Steve Macklin is gonna be pretty much wasted if he goes to AEW. Where's he gonna go? Just stay home? I don't think he's gonna stay home. I think he's gonna go to AEW. They're gonna make him a semi-big star. I mean, it depends what Tony Khan wants to do with him, but we'll see. Alright, so EY and Mike Santana this Thursday night for the TNA World Title. So we get the anniversary a little bit early. We'll see what happens with that. I think it might not be for the title. I'm not sure, but in any event, we got that match coming up on Thursday. Alright, so I gave this segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we got a segment with Mustafa Ali's not happy with getting pinned in the Champions Challenge by Casey Navarro, but he knows that, he just got a fluke win. And their match is for the title, and that's going to be next week. Why? I don't know why they're doing it next week, and then freaking Slammiversary is 2 weeks after that. So, probably be rematches. Who knows? Alright, so we get that. So that's 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we get a look at EY Power Drive and Mike Santana. So we got that. Well, and then it's time for, TNA's worst match of the year. Mr. Elegance! Team of Jack Perry taking on Xia Li. Xia Brookside on commentary. This match was garbage. Garbage. He's swiveling his hips. He's doing the pose. I'm like, what is this shit? I turned the match off, and then I turned it back on. Xia Brookside gets involved, and Mr. Elegance wins. Oh. I wish I had a book. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I haven't done this in a while, but for all you people that love to clip my videos, clip this part. This is what happens when stupid things happen in wrestling or in general. You grab your book of doom and you do this. 1, 2, 3. Do it with me, guys. Grab your book. 1, 2, 3. Let me take my glasses off because I don't want to break my glasses. 1, 2, 3. Stupid! I know it advances the Xia Brookside, Xia Li thing, but why does this match have to take place? What is wrong with you, Carlos? Healing Hand Silva. I wanted to go through my TV and go, you little... Anyway. Alright, so then we're setting up for the Wicked Garden, where they call it the Broken Garden, but it's the Wicked Garden match. So we see a bunch of flowers, barbed wire around the ring ropes. Not even good barbed wire, it was just barbed wire around the ropes. Then we had, garden sheds. I forgot what they call them. Yeah, basically, garden sheds. I'm like, wait a minute. Are we setting up for a GCW style match with the garden sheds in the corner? Somebody call him Matt Tremont. Shit. My good buddy, too. I might see him in a couple weeks, actually. Because I am going to a GCW show in a couple weeks. Can't wait for that. But we move on with that. Anyway, so we set that up. And then we get to the main event of the show, the Hardys. Broken Matt Hardy, yes, and Brother Nino, I knew you'd come. So they take on the Righteous of Dutch and Mr. Vincent. This is basically an anything goes pinfall or submission match. Has to be in the ring. So the Righteous come out, bunch of lackeys and robes and white robes to surround the ring. I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell is this? Is this a hardcore match, or is this a hardcore match with lumberjacks? But anyway, this match was wild. Barbed wire, blood, barbed wire boars. It was crazy. And, Matt Hardy gets busted open, Dutch gets busted open, I think everybody got busted open in this match. There was a lot of blood. But the thing that pissed me off was that Jeff gets sent into the barbed wire, and he's stuck. He's like, can't get out. Every time he tried to get out, he's back in the freaking barbed wire. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And then, they were just going at it. But we're getting to the end. Side Effect gets near fall on Dutch, but he spears Matt through a barbed wire board in the corner. One of those garden things. That was nasty. Jeff gets pulled into a candlestick shot to the ribs. Vincent wipes out a white flower. He takes out a flower. I'm like, what the fucking flower? And then he puts it in Jeff's mouth. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, you know what that was? Poison ivy. He puts it in Jeff's mouth, and Jeff's like, "Whoa!" He goes to the outside, and we see him, convulsing, and then the freaking medics come out, and they're trying to take Jeff out, and Jeff's, convulsing, spewing he's vomiting him, legit vomiting. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm having a vision of freaking Ultimate Warrior when he got cursed by Papa Shango. They took him to the back, and he's puking all over Earl Hebner, or Brian Hebner, one of the Hebners. That was crazy. He's gonna puke! And he puked. So Jeff Hardy's puking everywhere. He gets put on a stretcher, but somehow he comes back in the match. Why? Not that he didn't, it helped, because Matt got hit with Orange Sunshine. 1, 2, 3, in exactly 21 minutes, this wild match ends. And this is pretty much, I think, the match of the night. The match of the whole fucking show. You know, it was kind of weird. Blood everywhere. I mean, that's nice. Violence. We love violence here. We don't condone violence, but we love it. So don't get it twisted. So, Raggers get the win over the Hardys. And then after that, the Vikings are all happy. It looked like they were going to do more damage. And then the lights go out. Then the Hardys are gone. I wonder where they're going. They got teleport. You know, they probably did instant transmission. Some shit. Some Dragon Ball Z type stuff. They transported all the way back to the Hardy compound to do something. So probably gonna get something, another match with the Hardys and Righteous. Probably, I think, the final deletion or apocalyptica, something weird. At Slammiversary, most likely. I don't know. We'll see what happens this week on the program, but the match itself, I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. I might be biased saying that, but I don't give a fuck. My show. And we move on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for TNA. Let's quickly get to Ring of Honor. It's like, do have to run out. Because I want to get to the beach before it gets dark. It's not dark yet. It's going to get dark in like another 3.5 hours. So, but we got that. Alright, Ring of Honor, you know, coming off, well, pretty much heading to Forbidden Door. And we all know Athena's still the champ. Almost 1,300 days. Roman, I'm sorry, my tribal chief, but your 16 reign, bye-bye. I don't see Athena losing that belt anytime soon. And we could see Athena versus a certain boss in the finals of the Owen Hart tournament. Because Athena beat Mina, and I think she faces, well, I forget who she faces in the semifinals. I gotta look at the bracket again, but anyway. Ring of Honor was actually better than TNA this week. Like, what? Holy crap. So anyway, we are, once again, emanating from WJCT Studios in Jacksonville, Florida. And as always, our commentary team, the boring man himself, Ian Ricker Boring, and my good buddy, the Pasta. If I don't do this, he gets mad. The Pasta. Caprice Coleman. At ringside. Alright, so we actually have something coming up, and that's Global Wars Cincinnati on, I think, the 19th? I think it's coming up pretty in a couple of weeks, actually. Athena will be taking on Shuri, not Syuri, it's Shuri, Syuri. So, hey, Athena might lose that title? No, probably not. To Shuri? I don't think Shuri's going to bring the Ring of Honor title all the way back to Stardom. It could happen, but we see. But we got that. We know that's the match. So, I'm going to formulate some more matches for Global Wars Cincinnati. And that's it. Alright, so we started with the opening sequence. And first match out of the gate, tag team match player. We had the wrestled young veterans of Drake and Gibson. They take on the Rascals, Myron Reed and Zachary Wentz. No Desmond Xavier. This match was great. What? A great tag team match. Getting to the end. Drake hits a coast to coast for another near fall. They go for Grit Your Teeth. That gets broken up. And then the UFO Kata Bang plants Gibson. And then Myron Reed's diving Giddy Kata to the floor. That's inventive. I'm stealing it. Sorry, Myron. You can't take that. That's mine now. So diving Gilly Cutter to the floor. Takes down Drake again. And then Myron gets back in the ring. Goes up top. Hits a 450 on James Gibson. 1, 2, 3, and just under 9.5. Well, under 9.5 minutes. The Rascals get the win. When they get closer to a tag team title shot, let the spinach go on Sammy Guevara and Mortis have pretty much defended those belts. They're pretty much staying home. Sammy's with his home with his hot wife Ty Mello, who sadly lost with her and Anna Jay lost that tag team title match against Divine Dominion. So, oh well. So Sammy's gonna staying home with his hot wife and their cute baby girl. And what is Beast Mortis doing? Nothing besides Mercedes Moné. I mean, come on now. Mortis and Mercedes were like, they were out for like maybe a month or a couple months. What do you think they were doing? Mortis, you son of a bitch. Tapping that fine ass. Oy, oy, oy. Hey, you got time off. I mean, what are you gonna do? Nothing? What are you gonna do today? Let's just stay in bed and bang all day. Why not? Maybe make a kid. Why not? I got nothing to do. We got money. So we'll see what happens with that. The Rascals possibly going at it with Sammy Guevara and the Beast Mortis. And that's it. Alright, then we have the forever champion Athena brags about retaining the women's title at Supercard of Honor and that epic Survival of the Fittest match. But now she has to get through Global Wars, where she has some unfinished business with Shuri. And, she has to face Shuri, because the last time they faced off, Shuri beat the fuck out of her. Woo! So there's some unfinished business between Athena and Shuri, and that's, we'll see what happens with that at Global Wars Cincinnati in a couple weeks. That's that. Alright, then we get the one and only Queen Aminata. She takes on Lacey Lane. We all know her as Kaden Carter. This was a meh match. Queen Aminata gets the win after a suplex into the ropes. Ow. Then the running knee strike. 1, 2, 3 in exactly 8.5 minutes. Not a bad match. As well, 2.5 out of 5 stars. The tag team match, 3.25 out of 5 stars. Epic. That's that. Alright, then we're going to look back at the Kingdom returning at Supercard of Honor. That's Michael Kanellis Bennett and I'm Matt Taven. They're back, possibly going for the tag team titles as well. So that leads to Buster and the Brain. The Buster and the Brain. One is a high flyer, the other's insane. Pretty much. That's Alec Price and my good friend Jordan Oliver. They're ready to take the Kingdom out again, like they did at Supercard. But they don't like being talked down to when they're after the tag team belts. Let's see what happens with that. We move on. Alright, then, pretty much we get to the Tony Khan specials of the week. Kieran Gray, Alex Kane, and Bruce Hamilton, who? They take on Los Galons. That's Epico and Primo, we all know them. Or, Orlando, and, who's the other guy? What's the other guy's name? I think it's Eddie and Orlando. They team up with Serpentico. Where's that Helico? I don't know, maybe he missed his flight. I don't know. But anyway, they have a tag team match. Backstabber, something almost looked like a frog splash, lands in the vicinity of Kieran Gray. 1, 2, 3, so the Colognes and Serpentico get the win. Not a great match, but we get that. 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then Isla Dawn, remember her? We all remember her. She's not happy and wants to take her frustrations out on the Ring of Honor Women's Pure Champion, Deonna Purrazzo. I don't think that's a good idea. I do not think that's a good idea. But anyway, we get to the match, non-title proving ground match, pure rules, so get 3 rope breaks, stuff like that. And if you last the time limit, you get a title shot. So this, I think it was a 10-minute time limit, but this match lasted under 8 minutes. Isla used her first rope break immediately after a basic freaking wrist lock. I mean, really now? Then a test of strength goes to Isla Dawn, sends Deonna into the corner. Usually that would constitute a rope break, but it doesn't. So, shoulders to the ribs, running knees, gives Isla Dawn a near fall. And then more knees to the back. So she's doing some good stuff so far. And then we're at the halfway point. Deanna gets back up with a clothesline. Russian leg sweep connects, only for the Fujiwara armbar to get reversed into a fruit roll-up for a near fall. And then Isla with a Saito suplex gets a near fall with 3 minutes left. Then there's some grappling, and then somehow, someway, Deanna gets in the Fujiwara armbar. Tap out. So Deanna wins the match with about 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the match. So Deanna gets the win, but, Isla Dawn put up a good fight. And we get that. Good match, though. Good match. 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we have a sit-down interview with Caprice Coleman, the pasta, and Athena, the Forever Champion. She brings up my girl Billy Starks. She had a good showing in Survival of the Fittest, but, no, she didn't win. So Athena's not impressed with Billy, but knows she has some potential. That's why she keeps her around so much with Diamante, but she's not happy about the near throwing in the towel at Supercard near the end of the match where Maya Whirl came once again this close to ending the reign of terror, but Billy was like, no. And then Athena came back, hit the O-face, I think through the table, off the ladder, through the table on Maya Whirl, and she retained the title. That was impressive. So Athena says, no one would know who Billy Starks is without me, brags about all of her success. Then finally she says, I'm staying here because this place is my baby. Well, yeah, for 4 years almost. Shit, I stay here too. So it looks like we're finally going to get Billy Starks winning this title. 4 years later, it feels like Cody all over again. I mean, it's basically Cody Rhodes. That's what it is. I gotta finish my story, Jordan. I gotta finish the story. Why do I always say Athena is the Roman Reigns of Ring of Honor? She's held it for almost the same amount of time as Roman. So I would think after Global Wars, whatever's next, I think it's Death Before Dishonor, I think that's probably going to be Athena's last stand. If not, I don't think we're going to see Athena lose that belt. Who knows, to maybe Final Battle? But if they're thinking about giving Billy Starks a title, I'm like, 4 years too late. But basically the same rinse and repeat Cody Rhodes syndrome. That's what it is. It's the Ring of Honor version of Cody Roman. That's what it is. But they didn't go 5, 6, 7 matches. 2 times they went. Only took 2 times for the story to end with Cody and Roman. Cody won the second match, and now they're going to possibly do a third match. But we all know Roman's going to beat Cody. Haha. Eat it, Cody. But that's that. Alright, moving on. That was a pretty good segment. 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get Brian Keith, the Bounty Hunter, taking on the Dynamite Kid Jr., Tommy Billington in a good match. Brian Keith somehow found a spike. Not Spike Dudley, but Spike in the turnbuckle. Stabbed Tommy Billington in the head. Ow. Referee didn't see it. Then he hits Tiger Driver, whatever year. 1, 2, 3 in exactly 8 minutes. Didn't need the freaking stupid finish, but whatever. Good match, though. Good match. Alright, Queen Aminata and Kaden Carter respect each other, willing to do it again. Do it again, do it again. Let's do it. Right, Paul Stanley? Let's do it. Okay. Moving on. Alright, Lee Moriarty, non-title men's proving ground match. Because he's been the Ring of Honor men's pure champion for almost 2 years. Takes on, well, the Mensa Warner. This was, pretty good. Almost went the limit. But 7-minute match, and Lee Moriarty puts on the Border City stretch, gets broken up as Mance with a Roddy Piper poke in the eyes, but that didn't really matter because Lee somehow got it on again, and Warner had a tap out. I think did he have any rope breaks left? Yeah, Lee Moriarty used one of his rope breaks, and then I don't think Mance even used one of his, and he just tapped out in 7 minutes. Not a great match, but decent for what it was. Alright, Deonna Purrazzo is happy with her win over Isla Dawn, ready to keep the Ring of Honor Women's Pure title. We get that. Alright, then we got, Crazy Leo Rush goes over to Gazarian, takes on Grant Garrison. Oh, was he scared? Ho ho! 7-minute match. Leo Rush wins the match after a springboard stunner sets up a cravat choke. I don't know what he calls that. I think he calls it dark side, some shit. He gets the win over Grant Garrison in 7 minutes. Not a great match, but still. Moving on. Alright. Los Colones and Serpentico want to face Shane Taylor Promotions. They're not the... I think they... wait. I don't... Well... The conglomeration of the AEW Trios Champs. I think Shane... No, they're not. Actually, I take that back. Because the Outrunners and Dalton Castle are the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions. So, Los Colones and Serpentico want to face Shane Taylor Promotions and be a team going forward. Okay, we can go with that. I guess we can go with that. I mean, Eddie and Orlando have to, like, I guess they're gonna... This is taped in advance, so they don't have to worry about going back and forth to Puerto Rico for WWC and Anniversario coming up. This is all taped in advance, I assume. But they might do something at Global Wars. Well, we'll see. Moving on. Alright, then the Workhorseman, that's J.D. Drake, and say his name, and he appears, I believe, in Anthony Henry. They want to face Eddie Kingston and the funky monkey himself, Ortiz. Okay. Well, we need some tag teams going, getting some action, Eventually, somebody's going to get a tag team title shot, finally. Shit. Speaking of tag team matches, this one was great. The Kingdom, Matt Taven, and Michael Kanellis-Bennett take on Buster and the Brain, Alec Price, and Jordan Oliver. 11-minute match. Great match. We get in the end, Jordan Oliver hits an Eddie Gallardo frog splash. Eddie, did you like that? Oh, that was very impressive. Almost as better as mine. I gave him that. Okay. Hey, Jordan. Eddie said he liked it. Don't get too cocky there, Essie. Okay, sorry. So then, Jordan loads up a Doomsday device only for Alec Price to dive on a Mike Bennett on the floor. Shouldn't have done that. That leaves Matt Taven to roll up Jordan Oliver with a handful of underwear. 1, 2, 3 to get the win. So the Kingdom move closer to a title shot. Maria Kanellis, well, we haven't seen her in a long time because she had that illness. I think she had an older kid as well. It was like her 3rd or 4th kid with him. Jeez. Popping out those kids there, Mike, huh? Lucky bastard. Anyway, I met Maria before she even met Mike Kanellis, around the same time. I met her a couple of times. She sniffed me for an autograph, but it's okay. Because it was a combo. I didn't even know it was a combo. I just wanted her autograph and a picture. She's like, oh, it was a combo. I'm like, oh. I told her it was just single. So, it's like, okay. So I took my ticket back, and I told the guys, like, I thought the ticket for Maria was just a single, just for a photo or autograph, whatever it was. And the guy, thankfully, he was nice to me. Took the ticket, and I used that for Kelly Klein, my sweetheart. Oh, I miss her. I miss Kelly Klein. I think we all do. She got shafted by Ring of Honor so badly. Fuck you, Joey Mercury. Never lived that down. Joey Mercury, you can go to hell. Bastard. We're with BJ Whitmer, too, if you think about it. Both of them could go to hell. They're not even in Ring of Honor anymore. Thank the Lord for that. If they are, good for them. I care less. Moving on with that. Alright, then we get Athena versus Hyann the Huntress in the main event. Non-title Proving Ground match. Diamante at ringside. Decent match. I don't think we saw Maya World, though she wasn't even there. But in the end, almost 8.5 minutes. Almost went the time limit. But in the end, running knee missed by Hyann the Huntress, and then Athena flipped her over into the Koji clutch. Tap out. So, once again, Athena wins, and she takes on Shuri in a couple weeks at Global Wars Cincinnati. See what happens there, but I mean, Shuri doesn't beat her. I guess they're gonna go the Billy Starks route. But I don't think I have pretty much a 90% probability that Shuri will not win that title. I don't think she will. I mean, we could see an upset, but I doubt it. Unless Billy Starks fucks up the match for her. But I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Alright, so that's it. Pretty much it for Ring of Honor. And I never thought I'd say this, but Ring of Honor was actually pretty damn good. So I'm giving it 7.5. Yes, 7.5 out of 10 stars. I think this is probably one of the best episodes in the past few months for Ring of Honor TV. So Tony Khan, if you can do this on a consistent basis, please. And then hopefully get a TV deal. You're going to be making some cha-ching. But if you put on, next week, if this coming Thursday, you put on a shit show, it's going to be back to rinse and repeat. You got to be consistent. 24 years Ring of Honor's been around, and they're basically on life support right now. They're on life support. And if it wasn't for Athena, this company would be dead. And think about it, Bandito and Mark Briscoe. The company would be dead in the water. They wouldn't even be around, probably. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Hunter and TKO would take them up. But, Tony Khan still owns Ring of Honor. And, Kerry Silk is still around. But I'm like, Kerry, come on. I told him a few times. I'm like, what are you doing? What is he doing? I mean, pay-per-view-wise, great. But TV-wise, hit and miss. Pretty much hit and miss. And some shows have been bad. I told Kerry, I'm like, I couldn't enjoy myself. I mean, it was like some of the matches were decent, but I'm like, the squash matches, like 3 squash matches in a row. I mean, come on. You gotta have, like, can't have a filler match and a filler match and a filler match. I'm like, am I at a house show? What is this? I want to see some action. I don't want to see squash matches. I have like 3 straight squash matches. I'm like, dude, come on. Look at that. Alright, guys. Once again, 7.5 out of 10 stars for that. We move on. Alright, I gotta get out of here, guys. Thanks for watching, and until next time. Peace. Stay safe. Be well. And, cool off, because it's hot. So I'm gonna go cool off right now. Go to the beach and hang out for a couple of hours. Then come back, have my sensible dinner with the missus, and then watch something. Oh, probably watch LFG tonight. Don't forget LFG tonight. I think week number 8, 7 or 8. Should be good. And then we got WWE Greatest Moments at 11 o'clock. Couple good episodes. And that's pretty much it. We're kind of done with Rivals. We're done with Biography. Till who knows when. So pretty much LFG and Greatest Moments for the next couple weeks. And then we're done with LFG probably till the end of the year, maybe. I think we just got it for the summer. And then Unreal Season 2.1. Well, actually, Season 2 is coming out. I believe sometime in the summer. I don't know what date. I haven't seen a date on Netflix yet. They just said summer, coming in the summer. We don't know when. Maybe I think it's supposed to, I think it might actually come out maybe around SummerSlam. So I've got about 2 months. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Great week ahead. Be safe, be well. Until next time. Peace.